Hey guys, remember to like the video and hit subscribe.
And I'm wondering, is that an interference with some of these statutes that are governing this revenge porn stuff, or?
So the federal statute and the state statute, they pretty much mirror each other. There could be some First Amendment concerns there, but for Destiny, let's wipe those off the map, because there's 5 counts. We'll get rid of count 1 and count 2 of the complaint. Fine. He intentionally inflicted emotional distress on a woman. He violated her privacy. What's the 5th one?
Just as a quick thing, anybody that is even uttering anything having to do with revenge porn related to me has absolutely no idea what, they don't know anything about what the elements are of any of the underlying crimes that they're alleging. They don't know what, like, malicious intent means. There's also 2 other terms if you're bored. Things called proximate harm and foreseeability are also, like, these people are just clueless. Oh, God, I can't, like, listening to retards talk about my legal cases is one of the most frustrating things. Holy shit, it's actually so retarded. I'm good. You know, we'll see how it goes. Holy shit, is this real? Isn't a settlement something you could do before anything is filed? Off the top of my head, this guy sounds like he doesn't know what he's talking. Yes, of course. Yes, absolutely. Legal teams can communicate with each other before any complaint is actually filed in a court. I don't know why he would say that, other than he probably got his law degree a long time ago, his JD, and he just doesn't do any work related to law, or he does and has nothing, and he's just retarded. I don't even know what to say. I'm not sure. I don't know why you would say that. It's fucking retarded. But do you have any plans to sue people? I'm not talking any legal strategy publicly. People can figure that out as stuff gets filed. Excited to announce the birth of my and Allison's first child. We were struggling, though, and need help. The doctor keeps insisting our baby's a girl, but every time we ask they gurgles or cries. Is that really how he announced the birth of his kid? Is that actually true? Or do I really want to watch this shit? I feel like I'm just gonna get triggered.
Because Destiny really he was grooming these women. He's trying to get them into, like, to his thing, like, and you bring him into his circle, and, you know, he woos them, and then, you know,
like, all of this stuff, these are all just, like, Kiwi Farms narratives that just get, like, perpetuated infinitely. It's just, like, the most cringy, like, it's not, like, I have to be, in these people's eyes, I have to be, like, a serial Harvey whatever. Like, there has to be some way to explain something, because either they feel like I should be a virgin, or they're sad that their viewership sucks, or they're sad that nobody, you know, vibes on their content. Like, there has to be, like, some reason. There's got to be something to explain it. It's like, that's the one we're going with. Like,
oh, I have this power and I have this access, and it all, like you said, there's a system to him doing this. It's a pattern. That he's not the first guy to ever do this with women, you know, or you know, whatever relationship people are in. It's not a brand new thing to him. So.
Well, listen, I don't know how long you feel myself. This is difficult for me. I used to be a Destiny Orbiter back in the day. Okay, so this is very tough for me.
Well, I know a long time ago, but like I said, I really respect how, you know, watching you over time. So.
One thing I will never make the mistake of ever again, and this includes basically every single streamer friend in my life, that I will never ever go out of my way to provide charity for any of these people. Because I remember when like, Chud Logic was getting dogpiled on some, what were at the time, like, bullshit allegations or whatever. I think I was because I'm one of the only people who will come out if somebody's actually getting dogpiled. I'll be like, this is some bullshit. And I came out for Chud. Never, ever again will I waste my time doing anything like that. It's so, oh my God, it's so gross and crazy.
Because the thing is, when you say grooming, I have a resistance to that, and I have to think, okay, is this just some sort of latent DGG defense mode kicking in? But I think, I guess the thing is, for me, is I always categorize grooming as in regards to also children. Do you know what I mean? And it's quite a strong word. But I think I can see what you mean. It's like, there's a system at play, bringing people in, they come on stream, there's a sexual...
How is KF able to exist when it only exists to mass harass people? I mean, there's nothing illegal about harassing people. There's nothing really even illegal about doxing people, so...
Relationship.
We can say it, he Harvey Weinstein.
Didn't Destiny also cut off Chud because he wouldn't fire his editor? No. What? The issue that I had with Chud, also, I never cut anybody off. Sometimes I just won't do content with people anymore. But the issue that I have with Chud Logic is that Chud Logic hosts the Kiwi Farms equivalent of on Discord, which is Spicy Chat, which is basically another group of people that are obsessed with me and talk about my shit way too much. But it's just like a crazy, it's like a Kiwi Farms light, except it exists on Discord. And that's like a community that Chud Logic hosts that I didn't want, like, any closeness to. So I created, I think, a little bit of space. I didn't ever want to talk to DK. I don't think I cut Chud Logic off because of DK. I don't remember, but yeah, Chud might have cut me off because of DK, but
these women, basically, you know, he brought him in and tried to do, like, I mean, like, we all know, apparently the consent issue is a consent issue for Destiny. He has consent accidents, apparently. If everything Pixie says is right, like, it looks like there's an issue with him not understanding you can't do this. But he uses his power, he uses his prestige, and I know you're not this, but, you know, people... You know, Vosh would love this because Destiny's using...
Like, I like how there's never, ever, 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 ever been a shred of evidence ever pointing this out in any way, size, shape, or form but it's always like the predominant narrative, largely because Kiwi Farms pushes it, and everybody that hates me loves to slurp it up. But like,
using his power in a position of power, and it's all about power and who controls the power. And this is really one of them. And sure, he sweet talked these women. It's like, oh, I love you. You're great. You're cool. I'm just a silly little gooner. And he used all of that and then took advantage of it. I mean, this, manipulating women like this. He's not the first guy to do this.
No, sure. Just on a side note, with your own perspective on this, are there like debates where you've had like very fractious disagreements with Destiny that like people might try and point to say, well, you're biased against Destiny, you hate the guy?
I've never been on with Destiny, so.
Okay.
I mean, like, I'm sure there's a lot of things we disagree about fundamentally on a political level and maybe philosophical level, but, I mean, like, I'm sure he likes drinking water. I like drinking water. He likes oxygen. I like oxygen. I'm assuming he likes cats and dogs. I like cats and dogs. So there's some common ground.
Sure. And this is something that I've tried to wrangle my head around as a statement. But it's like this idea of you can't talk about something, right? To me, seems absurd on the face of it because celebrities will always deny wrongdoing.
If you're unaware, this attorney has a KF account and is active in your thread. Oh, what's his name on Kiwi Farms? I probably read stupid posts by him before because there was a lot of stupid legal analysis in the Kiwi Farms threads as well. I just assumed it was all non-lawyer people. But again, lawyers can be retards, so.
Idea of you can't talk about something, right? To me, seems absurd on the face of it because celebrities will always deny wrongdoing if they're accused of something. I feel something. I've tried to wrangle my head around as a statement. But it's like this idea of you can't talk about something, right? To me, seems absurd on the face of it because celebrities will always deny wrongdoing if they're accused of something. I feel like, without question. Neil Gaiman did it, and other examples.
So I already explained this. I don't know if this video went up before or after, but I mean, if you've seen now my statement on everything, now you understand where that came from. Because for me to talk about it means that it's going to be really brutal for the person on the other side of this lawsuit. And it would be nice to avoid that and give them more space to make a statement. But obviously that is not possible because that other person decided that they would rather me do the other things. It's like, okay, well, f it then, I guess. But that was the reason why. The more that you attack the other side prior to any kind of stuff being filed, then the less maneuverability both sides have before any actual complaint is filed. He's not going to say that over here. He's going to say, oh, if he's innocent, he should.
Like, what is the story there? And how does it fit into how Destiny's claimed that himself?
What do you mean as far as Destiny not talking about something?
Well, okay, so just a little bit more. So Destiny has said, at points, I can't talk about this because it could negatively impact my legal case, but seemingly has spoken about it repeatedly.
Yes.
People keep saying this, spoken about it repeatedly. The question is not speaking anything about anything whatsoever. It's making specific claims about the actual claims of the lawsuit. Like, I'll say like, oh, I think these people are being greedy or whatever. Like, oh, I thought you couldn't talk about it. But no. That's not addressing the specific claim. Like, a lawsuit isn't just like, how bad of a guy is this guy? Okay, he's super bad. And now anytime he says anything, it's going to make him even worse. No, it has to do related to like particular causes of action that are going to be, if it ever gets this far, which who knows, like.
And I'm guessing,
as an attorney,
yeah, go on.
I mean, any attorney worth his salt is going to tell you, you better have lips like a statue. Do not talk about this. And Destiny's gonna, if I was Destiny's attorney, I'd be like, you got the Trump stuff, run yourself ragged over Trump, just keep ignoring it. Do not talk about it. It's the best answer for him. But he can't. He's already talked about it a ton as the situation has unfolded. But yes, from here on out, he should really shut up and not talk about it anymore. Talking about it will not help him. He's not going to talk his way out of it. All he's going to do is make it worse.
It's why? Okay, I don't know why I'm going over this. Let's say theoretically, let's say that I sue somebody for, let's say that I find a white person and I get my black friend to sue that person and I'm going to say, hey, I want you to accuse him of calling you the N-word 450 times while raping your whole family, okay? Go ahead and sue him, right? That process could take 1 to 3 years, depending upon everything from start to finish. If the person's cap, theoretically, for damages on some particular action is really low, or if it's not, if on the merits of the case doesn't seem very likely to succeed, the idea that like as a famous person, now if you're not a famous person, if you're just an ordinary person, then yeah, you generally don't say anything. But as a famous person who stands more to lose from the bad publicity than from anything a court could do, there are reasons why you might make a statement, which should be incredibly obvious if you know anything at all about dealing with celebrities or tort.
And at best, it has no effect, but that's going to be really, like, that's the best case scenario. The more likely scenario is he's not going to help himself, and the more you talk, those are now more things that her attorneys, they get the download, they can hold on to, and Destiny tries to go, I never said that, play. And then this is what you just said, and now he's going to have to explain that. So that's why you don't talk about it. The more you talk, the more, our job is to figure out how to use your words against you, if we can.
Sure. Can you just explain this discrepancy? Because you're saying that a legal person will say, don't speak on this. But then, like say, Neil...
These don't even seem to be good faith attempts to disagree with you. No, it's just like another character assassination arc. This is what everybody does. Whatever, anything to...
Damon releases a statement and says, I've never done anything non-consensually. So how does that spin out?
I'm sure he probably cleared that through PR and a legal team.
Right.
but he's also not online, or he's not in the media all the time. Like, he's not talking all the time like Destiny talks 5-6 hours a day,
Right.
every day. And there's, if it's a limited thing, that's sometimes. But even then, a lot of attorneys will say, "Sorry, we're not saying nothing." Sometimes that's a better idea. But for somebody like him, PR might be involved, and they might have their own ideas, but there's no guarantee that's the right answer either. I mean, I've never had to deal with somebody that big, but I always tell my clients, like, just shut up. You gain nothing by talking.
Oh, hey, good job. You've never dealt with any large clients before. Then that's fine. Then why then why opine on this?
The people who believe you are going to believe you. The people who don't believe you aren't going to read that statement and go, "Oh, well, he said he didn't do it. I guess he didn't do it." No, that's never going to convince anyone.
Sure. So from your perspective then, as a legal expert, you would say that it's unlikely that the legal team are going to be satisfied or happy with how he's talking about this.
I mean, I'm sure they probably, well, that's assuming he has a legal team. I mean, what does he have? Who knows?